45, 46.
Yeah, right. Come on. You saw me coming.
48, 49.
I know you only did like 4 or 5. Yeah. Let's go, man. Come on. Nice try.
Time for the show?
Yes, sir. Let's go.
For Skenes to begin his career with the strikeout. Off top one. Here it is.
Welcome, everybody, to the YMCA in Uniontown for the Stellar Show here on Fayette County TV, Channel 77. Ken Philball along with the Duke and Victor Malik. Cowboy Ken with a special appearance here. What's going on, man? You're not doing your part.
Describe this Cowboy Ken and let people know exactly what you're up to.
Once again, as everybody knows that's been keeping up with the show here on episode 19, Cowboy Ken is the only real cowboy and countryman in Fayette County. But we're doing this is the YMCA. I thought we were doing a Village People thing, and you were supposed to dress like you normally do when you're outside of work in your biker outfit.
So what I'm supposed to understand from this is I go to Mount Pleasant and act normal. You come down to Fayette County and try to make fun of the good people of Fayette County.
I ain't making fun of nobody here.
I made a wonderful impression in Mount Pleasant. I like to say hi to everybody in Mount Pleasant. Right now, you're not making a lot of friends here today.
What are you
going to plan on hitting a kid at Wiffle Ball later? We're here today live to do the Doug Dascenzo Wiffle Ball Clinic that we've been talking about.
They get in the way, then that's what happens.
So you're going to dust the kid. You're just mad because you didn't make the granny shot at the halftime of the Steeler game.
I came closer than you. I hit the backboard.
I was online with that thing.
Yeah.
It was just 56-year-old body just can't chuck it from half court, but I had the line. You hit the wall with that thing. But anyway.
Malloy's paving. Get a hold of him. I at least made contact with the backboard. So
you almost cracked it in half.
That's because I'm a powerful man.
With the granny shot.
Yeah, well, anyway, what do you got going on here? What's going on in the shop?
In the shop, we got the card show coming up on June 1st. Pack Attacks tickets are now, unfortunately, $65. We're right on schedule to equal what we did last time. Kids come up. It's going to be a wonderful show. A lot of good gifts are going to be given away. A lot of cards are going to be opened. Come up and get the tickets. Give me a call at 724-550-4117. That's the store number.
What's going on back there?
I was too busy. What happened? Anyway, we're moving on.
So feedback. Skenes, we made the debut. Thanks for talking me out of getting arrested. You talked that guy.
I could.
Yeah, you know what? One of these idiots. I'm sorry. Fine, upstanding citizens.
Not a Fayette County resident.
No. Yeah, I don't know where this one was from. But it wasn't from Mount Pleasant either. So we're Somerset County where we're popular, and West Virginia. So that being said, this particular fine, upstanding human being, I get there 2 hours early. I get rained on for most of that time. I think there's documentation of that out there. And about 5 minutes before the opening pitch, this goon shows up. He's got a big flag, and he's waving it. And I told Victor, I'm like, this is the day I'm going to jail. You know what? I'm tired of these poser fans. They just show up for special occasions like this, and the clowns over at the agenda glorify them. And that's why we get what we get sometimes. But
cooler heads had to prevail, and I had to go down and kindly ask him not to be killed on.
Yeah, because if he would have obstructed my shot, it was going to end badly for him. Just like speaking of things ending badly, our mail day is not going to happen today because of what I ordered a little over a week ago. Still isn't here. That was Doug Dascenzo's Topps Desert Shield.
Oh, you got one?
Yeah, but it's not here yet. It's over a week.
For those who aren't aware, what the military did, and they got in conjunction with Topps back during Desert Storm, they made a particular set of baseball cards for that season that up in the top right corner, there's a palm tree on it. And they were only released in the desert over in Saudi Arabia. So you had to be a troop who was over there to be able to purchase them and then bring them back.
And they only made like 1,500 or something.
Yeah, and mostly those guys were more concerned with making it home than bringing home baseball cards.
But yeah,
so the rarity of
Yeah.
them is special.
Which would have been awesome for mail day, but that's all right. That person's going to get some bad feedback because of it. Maybe we'll share that, the clean version, the PC version on the air.
So going back, what did you think of Skenes' debut?
Oh, he lived up to the hype and then some.
Yeah,
You know, I don't know what you think about it. When I was watching him warming up, I was like, how did someone not make this guy a quarterback?
At tight end too, with the legs.
Wow.
When you're around him and you're up close, his legs are just that of they're like tree trunks.
He had a cannon, though. I mean, hey, look. I mean, he's making a good choice pitching here for the Pirates, and good for the Pirates bringing him up. And this narrative that this owner is cheap and blah blah blah. He gave up a year of control for 3 starts. So that narrative is dead, and these people that want to keep pushing that agenda, I don't get over it. That's just my opinion.
With me, I got to go over because you stayed where our normal seats are, and I'm addicted to bullpens. I fell in love with watching bullpen pitching back at the '94
Took a spot
All-Star
away from
game.
a kid.
I was back standing.
Yeah,
I was way
lying.
away from it.
Fake news.
Got to hang out with Eric Jabs. It was a blast to see him
That
again.
part's real.
Yeah, but Skenes, it's different when I heard Jared Jones and Quinn Priester's bullpen. You hear the echo off of the mitt. Skenes made the noise very similar to what I saw in the '94 All-Star game with Randy Johnson. The one thing going back to that bullpen session where I got to watch him was David Cohn's Laredo pitch, where it basically stopped, hopped, and dropped. Skenes throws something that's that wipeout slider that you saw, I think, to Ian Happ in the 3rd inning, where you just jump out of your seat because the pitch doesn't look real. The kid has talent. I just hope that they teach him how to land properly and stop that arm whip, because I see a little too much Chris Sale there.
Before we
That's all right.
Before we pitch this to Bryce for this segment here, I don't know if you saw in the news, but this is going to make the super fan happy because I found a way to work in O.J. Simpson. Sarah Weck, Bob Town's finest, passed away this past week, and Sarah Weck was actually one of the first mainstream prank phone calls that come from my legendary group of buddies. Yes, this is the first time we're addressing this on the Stellar Show. He got one of my buddies. I didn't drop his name because I didn't get his permission. But he got Sarah Wecht one night, and it was some good stuff. And Sarah Wecht sold it good. But rest in peace, Mr. Wecht. Anything you want to add?
Cyril Wecht was the one who did, if I'm correct, the autopsy on Kennedy when he was assassinated.
So,
yeah.
All right, so R.I.P. Mr. Wecht, and we're going to pitch it to Bryce.
It's official. June 1st it will be the next Uniontown Mall card show. All the rules apply of all the other card shows. Tables are going to be $40 a piece. You can now purchase them at 724-550-4177 or on my personal cell phone at 724-610-0548. And now the only guy more famous than this guy is this guy, kids.
And kids 16 and under, the Pack Attack is back Saturday, June 1st, 3 p.m. right here at Uniontown Mall. And there's no one that gives away more prizes than this guy right here. And I love giving away this guy's money too. So we're going to do it again, bigger and better, Saturday, June 1st, 3 p.m. Kids 16 and under, don't miss the Pack Attack.
Welcome back to the Stellar Show here on Fayette County TV, Channel 77, here at the Uniontown YMCA. I'm here with Victor. The Duke's about to go do some exploring. As you can see behind us, they got the wiffle ball going on. We're going to be jumping in there at some point. They got the tee ready for Victor, I see. That's for
Yard. Looking forward to it. Thing I'm missing, the reason I'm late today is I was trying to find the official eye black. Because it's sunny out. We got a beautiful day here at the YMCA in Uniontown, Pennsylvania right now. Ran into Carlos, the local legend, probably the mayor of the YMCA.
Most likely.
Might get lucky enough to get a quick minute with him.
Yeah, absolutely. If he's Adam, go find him. Anyway, so we're going to jump into, as I addressed in the previous segment, no mail day, unfortunately, because of someone that's going to be getting some bad feedback, but that's their fault. But what we do got going on, you hold the Duke there. So, but we will, Yinzer Valley Farm sponsoring this segment. We're about to open a pack of 89 tops. Now, in 89 tops, you can find Doug Dascenzo's rookie card. So that's what we're hoping to do here. And we will.
Looking for a repeat of last week.
Yes, sir.
Well, we didn't get the rookie. That was, 92 we opened last week?
That was 92, yeah. So we're going to start off with our moneymaker here.
I'm not chewing that.
I wasn't offering it. Get your own gum.
You're a sick man.
All right, so what do we got here? We're not. getting anything yet. Dwight Evans. Oh, Spanky. LeVire.
Beat Stan
Prime Dog.
Hall of Famer now.
Well.
Yeah, he went in last year. The Wizard.
Don Smiley.
Boy, wouldn't the Pirates benefit from a lefty like Smiley this year?
Oh.
Don Robinson, former Pirate.
Tommy John and White Bugs. All right. No Doug Dascenzo, but hey, not actually a bad pack for that era.
No, not at all.
So, what's going on here, man? So, before we get with Doug here in a couple minutes, what else is going on?
I believe the YMCA is opened every day from 5 o'clock to 5:30 in the morning, and I think it closes at 10 o'clock at night. The facilities are extremely clean. The swimming pool's wonderful. They have a lot going on here. There is a sauna, and they have a strong pickleball court out there.
Oh, yeah, we might have to jump in on that.
Yeah, pickleball's a game for old farts like you and I, and look at the wonderful job they've done cutting the grass here for this Wiffle Ball thing.
Yeah,
and I think this is something that the community over time will grow to. This will expand. This is a wonderful idea, especially to get the kids to be able to swing a bat and hit a ball without the fear of it stinging their hands or getting hit by the ball.
And not
Which is actually funny because I was reading before I came here that the state of New York, the health department in 2011 declared wiffle ball to be a dangerous game.
Oh, was there any specific reason for that?
They thought throwing the ball and hitting the kids was a bad thing. So they actually did try to prevent wiffle ball from being played in the state of New York.
You know what? They were one of the last states to allow ultimate fighting.
Were they?
Mixed martial arts, yeah.
But yeah, when you're going wiffle ball, you're going way too far. I can understand dodgeball.
Actually, weren't they the last state to allow pinball?
Wow, that's not my world at all.
No, I just remember one of those random things you read. But so no, you know what? This is a nice facility. It's my first time here at the Uniontown YMCA. Like you pointed out, you know what? This activity like they got going on. Get on their website. You know, because there's always something going on here. Like you see here, what's going on with the wiffle ball back here. So I don't know. Anything you want to add before we get ready for the next segment here?
I think we're good on this one.
All right. We'll be back.
Hey, Bryce, would you be interested in giving away another pack attack for life for a kid?
Absolutely. We did a bunch of those before. Free pack attack until you're age 16.
You know what? I'm going to one-up you on that. And any kid who has a friend who hasn't been to a pack attack, if you bring them and they buy a ticket, they get $10 store credit.
Very nice.
Just a thing to think about. Pack attack. Right now, he just called.
I
Ken just bet me, or kind of,
I didn't bet.
Sort of brought it up that he thinks he can pull a 4-leaf clover.
I didn't say I could. I was just curious if you think
I don't know. Adam, what did you think? You think he basically called a shot here? He called the shot. Adam agrees. It looks like there's a lot of clover down there.
Let's see, pal. You're talking.
I have.
I see.
No
I hear a
way
lot of this.
I'm so old and blind, I
I'm not
can't even
arguing
tell that's
that.
grass. I absolutely hate you right now. I absolutely.
Anyone else want to try me? Anyone else want to try me?
I'm going home. I'm not listening to this again.
Welcome back to Fayette County TV, Channel 77 here, the Stellar Show with the legendary Doug Dascenzo, Brownsville native, correct?
Correct. Hiller.
Okay.
Brownsville, I went to Brownsville High School.
Okay.
Sure.
So second grandchild, correct?
That's correct. Yeah, my daughter Casey, who's acting as the CEO here at the Y, she had her baby yesterday morning at 2:30. So everyone's doing well.
Yeah, that's good to hear. And she did warn us last week that she might not be here because that it could happen any second, and she called her shot.
Yeah, she
did. Speaking of calling shots, I'm from Mount Pleasant, which we've discussed enough on the show over the 19, almost 20 episodes now. So Lobingers, Mr. Lobinger, everybody back home, and legendary Mr. Lobinger for years. Kenny, mark my words. The year I die, the Cubs will win the World Series, and they did. So now you were part of the organization during that championship win. So what was your role?
Yeah, I was the outfield and base running coordinator for the minor leagues.
Okay.
I'm currently the outfield coordinator this year, but that's what I did. Went around and visited all the minor league teams and taught them how to run the bases and play the outfield.
The thing I noticed right away is this an authentic Cubs jersey? The one you're wearing? Is this one you would have worn on the field?
No, it wouldn't have been on the field. This is just they issue out jerseys every spring.
Because I
training,
noticed the tag on there says engineered on
yeah,
it.
but it would have been somebody would have worn it on there
okay.
on the field this year. Yeah.
So it's team issued, and they just kind of threw your name on there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So if I recall right, last week we pulled one of your 92 Topps baseball cards, and you played at Oklahoma State 84 to 85 World Series, correct?
That's correct. Yep.
Okay.
We finished third in 84, and we finished seventh in 85.
That's great. That's good stuff there. So go ahead, Victor.
Oh, here. What I wanted to do is I own the store at the mall. This is why we call it the Stellar Show. My store is named Pittsburgh Stellar Collectibles, and I dug out a bunch of these. You can pass them along to the kids with the Wiffle Ball tournament. You at some point signed some of those.
Yeah,
so they're part
or
of the
did
store's
you?
lore.
Yeah.
Is that your signature?
Well, one of them is for sure.
Oh,
What's this? Which one doesn't look like your signature?
This one.
That looks like a fake.
Yeah, it looks like it.
I'm going to turn it to the...
for
you deal with this in this world.
Oh yeah,
A
I
lot of
know.
fake
That's fine. I
autographs.
mean, they're not going to be able to retire on any of this stuff. But
Speaking of a real autograph,
Yeah,
this is
sure.
something we've been promoting this show, and this is the flyer that we've been
Yeah.
doing. Could you sign this to the Stellar store?
to the Stellar
show.
Stellar Show.
To, okay.
Yeah, do that.
To the Stellar
Show.
Show.
Yep.
There it is.
Thank you so much for that. We're going to hang this with pride in the store.
That one's real.
That's the real.
Unlike those Clementes that he was trying to peddle.
I just have, since you have so much knowledge in baseball, I have one question that has bothered me for years. Why don't the current batters choke up on the bat?
That's their preference. I mean, they believe they have a certain way to hit in certain situations, and I don't know, maybe they think they get more power.
Is it the exit velocity that is driving the game today, the launch angle?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's different than it was a few years ago, obviously, but yeah, I mean, that's what they're going off of, and you know, a lot of the players feel like that's how they can get paid, and so yeah, that's just where the state of the game is right now. But there's still places for choking up and putting the ball in play.
I have a lot of kids that come to my store up at the mall. That's the pride of my store. What would you tell the young kids right now is the most important thing to learn at the wiffle ball age that you're teaching them before they get into, junior high and the competitive part of high school?
I think it's just basic fundamentals. I mean, as far as just knowing how to catch a baseball or how to throw a baseball, which we did the last 2 days here. Tomorrow we'll run the bases and hit. And it's funny that we hit every day with something else as an instruction part of it, but that's what everyone does anyhow, right? They'd go to the batting cage before they go catch a bunch of ground balls. But as far as once they got a little bit older and they got into some competitive baseball games, I think that they need to know what kind of hitter they are, and swing at strikes, obviously. And then the last part would be to have a plan once you get to 2 strikes. I think a lot of guys have the same plan when they don't have any strikes, and they want to try and do that with 2 strikes, and that's why you see all the strikeouts.
And as the young kids I know back from my day, stay off the high fastballs.
And real quick, I got to sneak one in since I'm a Cubs fan for the day. I'll be back to Pirates after this.
You can punch him anytime you want.
Anyway, so I want to take it, but I'm going to, since I'm dumping on the Pirates today. So between 2013 and 2015, this has bothered me for years, in your professional opinion. Why did Hurdle not have Pedro Alvarez lay down a bunt when they would do that infield shift?
You'd have to ask Clint Hurdle for that. I've been around the game a long time, and that's about a loaded of questions.
Okay, that bothered me. Like everyone's like, it's wide open. He could have walked a second.
Yeah, I know. I mean, but managers manage the game the way they want to do it, and what their feeling is with the personnel that they have. And at the end of the day, if you win, you stick around. If you lose, you go home.
Fair enough.
One question. I know we might be running a little bit long, but you went to Brownsville High School. I went to Laurel Highlands. You know where this question's going already.
Yeah.
How many times did you face Terry Mulholland?
Plenty of times.
Who got the best of who?
I think it's an even split, to be honest
Was it
with you.
really?
Yeah. I mean, Terry pitched 18 years in the major leagues, obviously.
Would you say that was the best pickoff move of all time?
Well,
A lot of people put him in that category.
Once he got to the major league level, he was so fast to home plate, he didn't need to throw the ball to first base. But back to Terry and I, he probably struck me. He struck me out in the major leagues the same way he struck me out here.
Did he?
Wait, hold on, you got a piece of him in the majors, though, right?
I can't recall.
Yeah, you did. All right. Anything you want to add before we wrap this up?
Yeah, is there any more loaded questions?
I'm good.
I went with the LH Brownsville thing. You guys beat us
that was always a
frequently.
great competitive, just like Connellsville guys were. And
He's a Mount Pleasant
yeah,
guy.
we had.
You guys didn't play Mount Pleasant back
No,
then.
we didn't. No, but yeah, had a good time doing it for sure.
Yeah.
And honestly, this is great what you're doing with the kids. And honestly, if they do this again in the future, again, keep watching the YMCA site for stuff like events like this to pop up, and definitely participate. From what we saw, these kids they're getting a good education, number one, and number two, they're having a good time. So, and they just had popsicles, which looked like it was a good time. So, hey, thank you for coming out and for the interview.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks
Thank you for
having
the
me.
autograph.
Okay, no
All
problem.
right, we'll see you.
Ashley, wake up, it's time for the ribbon cutting.
Hi, I'm Ashley with the Fayette Chamber here at Box Drop Mattress. We're here today for another ribbon cutting.
Victor shakes when Woodley's inside. Ken's got a fan that chills the night. The Stellar Show, it's time to dive in.
Welcome back to the Stellar Show. Welcome back to the Stellar Show on Fayette TV on Channel
Fayette
77.
County TV, Channel 77. Act like you've done this before.
This is the first time I've actually done this.
It's been a while.
It
You've done it before.
has been. And we're broadcasting live from the YMCA, where currently going on right now is the Doug Dascenzo Wiffle Ball Clinic. We're shooting right now where the pickleball courts are, on the side where the entrance to the YMCA is. I'm Victor Mullet, Ken Philibom, and
the Duke.
The Duke's been running around. He's a little tired. He's taking a break for right now while we discuss what's going on with the Steelers.
Well, let's take care of some business first. Friendly reminder, Duke is a rescue from Fayette Friends of Animals. Get over there if you need if you're looking to adopt, or bring in a pet, go get one from the shelter. A stray cat or a stray dog, give them a good home. There's a lot of good animals over there. And also up in Donegal, PA, Thursday nights, DJ Rick up at Hillbillies. Check out the Beer Cave on the upstairs. There's always something good going on there. And also May 25th, Pendulum will be playing. So I plan on attending that. If you're free, you should do the same. But that being said, there's a lot going on. You had mentioned off air about Cameron Hayward's holding out.
That's what the word is right now. He wants to renegotiate a contract at 34 years old? This is going into the last year of his contract. It's hard for me to look at a guy who won the Walter Payton Award and he's going to hold out. What are your feelings about that?
My question is, as far as, let's be honest, and we've talked about this. Look, nothing but respect for the guy. He's been a class act. But honestly, I don't think he's worth the cap number. Maybe he is maybe he's what he does in the locker room. I ain't gonna take that away from him. Definitely not gonna take away what he does in the community. But I don't honestly. I thought he was gonna be a cap casualty when they went into the offseason, and I would not have been opposed to that.
He's 20 plus.
Yes, no,
He's 20 plus. Did they have him restructure this offseason?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, so that would be a straight plus 20 hit on that right now. The one thing I want to say before all the old crotchety, gray-haired fat men start complaining about Cam Hayward, you got to go back in history and remember Jack Lambert held out. Franco left for money. Webster left for money. A lot of the Steelers of the 70s held out, so I don't really.
But then
I see
again,
both sides of this argument.
This is life-changing money, though, too.
Well,
I mean, the money's the money back then compared to what it is now. You're talking.
But a holdout's still a holdout. Maybe he'll do the TJ Watt thing where he'll be at OTAs and just not participate.
I don't know. Me personally, if they can get that cap space back and put that towards a Samuel or a DK Metcalf, I am 100% on board with that. But speaking of the Steelers here, the schedule was released yesterday. What do you think?
I've never seen a schedule more tilted toward divisional games. The Steelers do not play a divisional game until November 17th. That's the week of Thanksgiving.
I like it.
How's that fair, though? You need to split those divisional games up. You can't.
If anything, I think it's not fair for the other teams. I feel it gives the Steelers the advantage, but that's just because now they get to watch film on these other teams for 10 to 12 weeks before they play them.
I believe you're going Cleveland, Cincinnati, Cleveland. Kansas City is Christmas Day at 1
Which
o'clock.
I'm looking for. I will be there, so I'm looking forward to that.
But why would you do that to the Steelers and not the rest of the league? Now, I can understand if the league
they only
wants
schedule
to push
one team against the Chiefs on Christmas. They can't schedule all 30
teams. No, I'm
teams.
saying playing divisional games
Vince
all
McMahon
that
here.
late. You're so wrong.
No, I honestly, I think it's a benefit to the Steelers. I really do. If I'm a coach personally, I'm looking at it from that lens of, okay, hypothetically, let's say they played Cincinnati week 1. You all right, bud? And
they did 2 years ago.
So, but where I'm going with this is
overtime game.
So you got a team that's also trying to figure out where they're at with the quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. So are they a Justin Fields team or are they a Russell Wilson team? Well, by week 12 or whatever week that is, off the top of my head, I don't have it in front of me. They will know where they're at, and they will have all their ducks in a row by the time they play that, first important game against, Cincinnati? That's the first divisional matchup.
I think it's the Ravens.
Regardless,
on the 17th.
Yeah, that's fine.
Does that sound about right? Yeah,
but honestly, I see it differently. I think it benefits the Steelers not playing a division team till late. But
you wouldn't say historically the Steelers don't get up for divisional games more than the other ones? Because you're going to have to get up week after week after week. I mean, you are getting the benefit of the bye before all this mess starts.
I'll tell you one thing that I think benefits them too, which you're right about that, but the the last 2 regular season games are at home too, if I saw correctly.
The first 2 are on the road,
and then the last 2
are at home.
So honestly, I think the deck is actually set to benefit them, but then again, as we've seen in the past, it's yeah. But
well, the fun part of this, before the schedule was released, the Steelers the over-under was 8.5 for the season in wins.
Well, that sounds because Tom was still the coach. You're always going to get to 500.
Wow.
Mediocre Mike. Hey, you know what? I was one of my favorite pieces of memorabilia is something of his, and I want him to turn it around. And the talent's there this year. It's kind of like the Pirates, which we were talking about, Saturday. Thank you for joining in on that with Dan. That Fire Shelton chant. I'm tired of this. Look, the money was spent. The talent's there. Mm-hmm. This isn't on ownership. This isn't on front office, and this is not on the talent. This team is being mismanaged, and it needs to be addressed. Yeah,
you cannot let the walks happen, and you're changing pitch. He did it again Sunday. He did it. It's just the management of the players, the positions he's putting them in to fail and continuing to let them fail. It's just not right.
No, honestly.
Barry Lamar Bonds, please call Pittsburgh. Let him coach. That's who I would love to have.
I'd even take Hurdle back at this point.
Hurdle was basically the same thing. They need somebody that would put a little fear in them. Van Slyke, I know they never call him either. But that's a problem you have right now. All these young coaches are the metrics stuff. So who do you hire?
Aaron Boone's out there.
Better than anything else.
Yeah. So anything before we wrap it up?
I'd just like to say thanks to Fayette TV and the YMCA.
Fayette County TV, Channel 77.
What he said.
And also thank you to, like you said, the YMCA, Doug Dascenzo, and everyone for participating in this event. Thank you. We'll see you next week.